What's up, boys and girls? It is Jerry. I just came out of a screening of The Raid 2 and Electric Boogaloo. And, holy shit. Yeah. Man, what to say about this movie? I'm trying to process this as quick as I can, at least just to give you, the first impression. To get a sense for what The Raid 2 is, it's like take the first one and multiply it by 20. It's like everything is really cranked to 11 in this film, which is good, it's a very different movie. It's almost opposite in a lot of ways, because the first movie is sort of a great demonstration of how much you can do on a tight budget with some creative choreography. The Raid Redemption is sort of like an exercise in excellence and simplicity almost. It's like the fights are creative and intricate, but the movie itself is very simple. It's very immediate. And The Raid 2 basically shows what Gareth Evans and his crew are capable of when given all the toys, it seems like, and it's certainly a rousing result. This movie is nearly twice as long as the original film. It goes a lot of different places in terms of location and story. You gotta pay attention, especially to the subtitles, because it's easy to miss certain details, and this plot is a lot more complicated. Rama is now doing undercover work to expose, the crooked cops who are making it possible for these powerful mob families to control this area of Indonesia. There's a lot going on, and it's easy to get lost if you're a little overwhelmed. There are more colorful characters in this movie, and obviously the fight scenes are brilliant. I mean, there is so much fighting in this movie. You could argue that maybe some of the fights aren't as easy to sort of justify with story points, but there is so much creativity, and it is sort of the language of this world, is violence. And this film will make you cringe, it'll make you wince. There are a couple of fights that got applause. It's tense, it hurts. They really thought, what else can we do? There's a car chase in here that feels less like a car chase and more like a martial arts fight of some sort. And it's really hard to ever point at one particular moment where, that's how great, that's the pinnacle of the action in this movie, because there's just so many things to look at. The guy who plays Rama is back as, our sort of central character. I'm sorry, I don't remember a lot of the names, unfortunately. The focus is a little more divided this time around because the scope is so much bigger. It's like you're not confined to one tenement block anymore. It's cities and ballrooms and clubs and it's really deep into the more sophisticated part of the underworld, and it's insane. And there's some incredible cinematography. A lot of stuff is done in long shots. It's not that sort of edited in a blender thing that a lot of our action movies tend to do. It's interesting to watch Gareth Evans grow as a filmmaker, because this movie seems to have taken what he learned doing The Raid and then what he must have learned doing his segment for VHS, which is fantastic and could be a film on its own. There's no found footage in this movie, but I got a sense that maybe some of that choreography in terms of shot design probably came into play. There's a big fight in a mud pit with tons of people, and that scene comes across as though it's one or at least a few very long takes. I definitely got the sense that maybe doing that VHS segment probably informed his bag of tricks, I guess you would say. So yeah, this is the first impression. Ryan and I think Sally and I are going to sit down and talk about this later, but if you like The Raid, you'll like this one. It's a crime epic. It's nuts. It's off the wall, Tonally, it's just as gritty. It's just as heavy as the first movie was. Obviously, there's a little bit of humor here and there, but, everything is cranked that much bigger. There is that sense of, a lot of these people would be dead, but Rama is a tank, so what can you do? But, yeah, there are some amazing fights in this movie. There is some great cinematography. There's a more windy, intricate story going on, a broader scope. It's pretty killer. Right now, it's fantastic. I'm stuttering a lot, so I'm having trouble, putting into words. But yeah, definitely, man. If you like action cinema, if you like The Raid, go now. Go find it. fly to New York or LA and see this movie. And yeah, that's it for the moment. So let's talk action cinema. What's your favorite action flick? What are some of your favorite fight scenes? Hit up the comments box. And as always, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, folks. So the Raid 2, cheers later on.